Hi everyone, welcome back to Phantom's Horror Haunts. I'm here in my Transformers collection room, where I do all of my Transformers reviews, but I thought that I would take the opportunity today to do an unboxing of this. This is Clock Tower Rewind, the Collector's Edition from Limited Run Games. Clock Tower is a game that I remember playing as a ROM in college, and I played the original Clock Tower, well, the original release in North America for PlayStation, which is actually Clock Tower 2. I did not play the second Clock Tower at all, or what was released as Clock Tower 2 in the US. I did play Clock Tower 3, which was a Capcom game. Sunsoft and Capcom collaborated on it. I thought that it was excellent. It was very much you can only run from the enemies. And I thought that it was a really nice, weirdly dramatic, fantastical, operatic ending to the series, because that was indeed the last game in the series. I haven't followed any of the creators' Kickstarter projects or anything like that since then, but I mean, I haven't heard fantastic things about it. Now, I did see the solicitation for this from Limited Run Games, and I did pre-order it, so this is the copy, the Collector's Edition for PlayStation 5. I am very interested to play it. I have not. This is still sealed. But if that is something that you would like to see me play or would like to see in action, please let me know, and I can resurrect You Just Lost the Game to show a little bit of what the game is all about. For right now, let's just unbox this and see what exactly comes in this Collector's Edition. Shall we? Okay, looking at the box, we have Clock Tower Rewind with a brand new piece of illustration art. The top just says Clock Tower Rewind again, and again, and again on both sides. There's nothing on the bottom except the PC. And so here we have the back of the box, which is the 16-bit Nightmare Returns. Run, hide, and survive in this legendary horror classic. Turn back the clock for one of the pioneers of the survival horror genre. Translated and released outside of Japan for the first time, Clock Tower Rewind is a revival of the terror-inducing 16-bit classic that dares you to explore the haunting confines of the Barrows family manor. As teenage orphan Jennifer, you must search every disturbing corner to find items, reveal secrets, and discover ways to evade Scissor Man, a murderous, unstoppable, shears-wielding psychopath. Choose from the original game mode, or rewind mode, featuring numerous gameplay additions and refinements, multiple endings and randomized gameplay elements, new animated opening, motion comic cutscenes, and more. The clock is ticking. Can you survive? Collector's Edition includes the physical game, Clock Tower statuette, original soundtrack, 12 by 16-inch double-sided poster art featuring art by Shintaro Kago, acrylic standees, Dan Barrow's stress ball, ham object enamel pin, demon idol keychain, and a sticker sheet. Brought to you by Capcom, Sunsoft, WayForward, Carbon Engine, and Limited Run. Rated T for violence and blood and gore. So, with all of that out of the way, how about we open up this box, shall we? Okay, so as you open up the box, you are faced with a cardboard piece that holds everything together. And let us just... This is the... First, we have the Clock Tower Rewind Tower Statuette. Let's take the spacer piece out. And in this white box, this white box we have acrylic standees, the stress ball, the ham object pin, and the devil statuette. What is this? Demon idol keychain. Then you have the actual physical release of the game on disc. And in this little package, we have the double-sided poster and the soundtrack CD. And that is it. So, looking at this, let's take a look and see what exactly is going on here. So first, let's start with the acrylic standees. I had previously backed or pre-ordered a limited run version of Night in the Woods, which is easily one of the better game experiences I have had in the last, decade. I loved that game. There was something very simple about it, and I really was chomping at the bit for Limited Run's physical edition, because it came with all of the standees of a lot of the townspeople and buildings, and I thought that was just great. So it's nice to see that they're still doing the standees. So here we have the standee of the Scissor Man in glorious 18-bit fashion. Reversible. This adaptation rendition of Jennifer. Ooh, that sticks. That really sticks. Do these have protective foil on them or something? Is this a design flaw, or is this supposed to come off? Ah, it's supposed to come off. Well, that means the Scissor Man one should have one as well. So then we have the acrylic standee version of Jennifer. This one also has protective film over it. So we have Scissor Man and Jennifer. We have the devil keychain, which is very heavy. It's made out of pewter, it seems, or steel. Very heavy. I don't know if I would hang my keys on it. It's just so heavy it would probably pull the key out of a car, if you're still driving a car that requires a key and isn't touch sensitive. And the ham object pin, which looks suitably grotesque. It's a double-backed pin, so that's kind of nice. And here is the Dan Barrows Stress Ball. Suitably corpulent. It is a slow rise squishy, which is very nice. I really appreciate slow rise squishies. It's very nice. I like that a lot. And it's really grotesque looking. I really do not like the look of that. So how about we move on to the tower statuette. Heavy, made out of acrylic, it seems. Not porcelain and not plastic. ABS plastic. Suitably heavy. I don't think it's stone, but it's very nice. On the back of the box here, it says, "One day the clock tower bells stopped ringing. There once was a remote mansion in the mountainous region of northern Europe. The owner of the mansion was named Mr. Barrows. There was a large clock tower there, and people in the area used the sound of its bell as a signal for when to let their animals out to graze. It's not known who started it or when, but the people simply called the mansion Clock Tower. Then one day the clock tower bells stopped ringing, and it was as though the town lost the concept of time. The year is 1995. There is a girl in an orphanage, more beautiful than any other. Her name is Jennifer. When she was 5 years old, her father disappeared, and her mother passed away soon after. She was sent to Granite Orphanage. Then one day news arrived that Jennifer and 3 of her friends at the orphanage would be adopted by the Barrows family. Jennifer and her friends head to the Clock Tower mansion with their teacher, Miss Mary, who guides the girls to their new home. But what Jennifer doesn't know is the true secret of the mansion called Clock Tower. So here we have the poster, which is, once again, suitably grotesque. And on the flip side, we have different art of the clock face of the clock tower. Now, it's just something to note here that the art for this manga-style panel was illustrated by Shintaro Kago. And Shintaro Kago is a very noted mangaka in the art of Arrow Girl, which is literally gore and body modification in an erotic sense. So that's interesting that they hired this guy to do that. He is a noted author. Looking inside the Clock Tower box, we have the PlayStation 5 disc, and we have an instruction booklet, which is really nice. How often do you buy games nowadays that have instruction booklets, huh? So, controls, characters, Jennifer Simpson, Lot, Laura, Anne, Miss Mary, Scissor Man, and then the credits. Very nice indeed. And this is a reversible cover, so you could change it to use the new kind of Baroque statue art. But I think I will keep it with Way Forward's kind of revamped anime style. And lastly, we have the soundtrack. So here we have the track list, which features Sharp Laughter, featuring Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. Now, I do not know if the soundtrack for the rewind version of the game is different from the soundtrack for the original version of the game. I don't know if they've updated the music, if there's a difference there. So that's something that I will be looking forward to seeing, actually. Here we just have some, if you take the disc out, the art inside the case is simply one of the manor halls. That's very interesting. And I believe that this is not a booklet, it is just a sheet. So. One interesting thing to note here is Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. Mary Elizabeth McGlynn is an anime voice actor, and she has voiced a lot of characters across a lot of anime, credited under many different names. If you watched Fushigi Yugi, which was the entire reason why Chrissy and I titled our original version of the channel It's Always Raining in Kuto, was from the anime Fushigi Yugi. She voiced Noriko, or Noriko, in that, in the original dub. I don't know if they ever redid the dub. I think it's the exact same dub. And we have, beyond that, she is also voiced, she is the dub voice actress of Colonel Motoko Kusanagi in Ghost in the Shell, in various series and movies. She is also a singer. You may recognize her name and her voice as the singer of the main songs in Silent Hill, the Silent Hill series. She sang the original songs for the soundtracks to Silent Hill 3, 4, Homecoming, Downpour, and Shattered Memories. I don't know if there were any songs in Silent Hill Origins, now that I think about it. If there was a song in Silent Hill Origins, she sang it, suffice it to say. So overall, I'm very impressed with the assemblage of items that you get in this collector's edition. I'd actually really be interested to see what the game looks like. So if you would like to see me play this, along with any associated commentary, you let me know in the comments. And I'll fire up the capture card and I'll record some PS5 gameplay for you guys. Just another interesting thing to note is that Jennifer, the main character of Clock Tower and by extension Clock Tower 2, the game that was just retitled Clock Tower when it was localized for North America, the character of Jennifer and the entire feel of this game is based heavily on Dario Argento's film Phenomena, featuring Jennifer Connelly, who was the main actress in that movie playing a character named Jennifer. So, this game is very beholden to Phenomena. Not only because of the name and likeness of the character, but also a lot of the situations and the overall feel. But, I mean, there isn't a razor-wielding chimpanzee in Clock Tower, so all more's the pity, right? But you do get this thing, so. It's been years since I played any Clock Tower game, let alone, I never finished the ROM that I had of the original 16-bit version of Clock Tower. So I have absolutely no idea what is going on here with a lot of these things. I don't remember the characters' names. I remember Jennifer and Scissorman because who forgets them? And I have no idea who this is. Thank you very much for joining me today on Phantom's Horror Haunts for this unboxing of a horror video game. Trying to drum up ideas for new content for this sub-channel, let's just say, because I can't port over the videos from the original channel onto this channel. So maybe I'm thinking some updates or something new. That's why the first video was a top 10, really. But you let me know if you would like me to play this game for you, or if you'd like to know more information. Should I make a video about Phenomena? I love Phenomena. I think it's easily my favorite Dario Argento film. I think it's either Phenomena or it's Inferno. I really love Inferno. But you let me know in the comments, and thank you very much for watching. I have been Phantom. This is Phantom's Horror Haunts. Have a good day, y'all.